Lonetta Penman White was the heart of her Lexington, Kentucky community. At 73, she had the warmth of a grandmother and the elegance of a woman who had lived a life full of faith, resilience, and quiet dignity. A retired GTE financial employee and a devoted mother, she was loved by neighbors, known for her Sunday church visits, and respected for her independence. Yet behind her warm smile, no one could have imagined the darkness about to engulf her peaceful life. Her son, Stephen White, had once been engaged to Virginia Susan Caudill, a troubled woman battling addiction and a string of failed relationships. When Stephen ended the engagement due to Caudill's escalating drug use, resentment and bitterness festered. Caudill, along with her accomplice Johnathan Goforth, saw Lonetta not as a mother or elder but as a target, a woman living alone, unaware of the storm brewing in the shadows. On the night of March 15, 1998, Lonetta welcomed Caudill and Goforth into her home, unaware that her kindness was about to be betrayed. At some point that night, conversation turned to chaos. Lonetta was attacked with a hammer, struck at least 13 times. The brutality so severe that investigators later described it as one of the most horrifying scenes they had ever witnessed. After the assault, Caudill and Goforth ransacked her home, stealing jewelry, firearms, and even a mink coat before placing Lonetta's body in her own car. They drove to a remote area outside Lexington, where they set the vehicle ablaze in a failed attempt to destroy the evidence. The town awoke the next day to news that would shake them to their core. The beloved woman they called Miss Lonetta had been murdered in cold blood. Detectives quickly unraveled the trail left behind. Blood, hair samples, and fingerprints inside the home and the burned car all pointed directly to Caudill and Goforth. The manhunt was swift. Caudill fled to New Orleans under a false name, living in fear as investigators closed in. A tip from a fellow inmate ultimately led police to her capture. Goforth was arrested shortly after, both facing a mountain of forensic evidence too damning to escape. In court, the pair turned on each other, Caudill blaming Goforth blaming Caudill, each claiming the other delivered the fatal blows. Prosecutors, however, painted them as partners in crime, united by greed, addiction, and rage. In February 2000, a Fayette County jury convicted both Caudill and Goforth of murder, robbery, burglary, arson, and evidence tampering. The death penalty was handed down to both defendants, making Caudill the only woman on Kentucky's death row. Their appeals stretched on for years, with courts repeatedly upholding the convictions and sentences. Goforth died on death row in 2025. Caudill remains behind bars, awaiting execution under a death sentence that stands as one of Kentucky's most infamous cases. Lonetta Penman White's murder became a haunting reminder that even in the safety of one's own home, betrayal can strike from the people you least expect. If you want, I can now condense this into a YouTube-ready intro hook with cinematic AI image prompts for each scene, so the story flows visually and dramatically for your video.